Welcome to another warm-up. You know the drill. Give these couple of problems a shot. Take a pause on the video, maybe 5-10 minutes. The last two are review from way back when. All right, hopefully you gave it a good effort. Hopefully you found success. Let's see what happens here if I take this derivative using the quotient rule, because we have a quotient. So I should get the derivative of the top as a cosine of x, leave the e to the x alone, minus the derivative of, we'll leave the top alone, and the derivative of the bottom, the derivative of e to the x is just e to the x. Feel free, of course, to do as much parentheses as you need. Sometimes they are mandatory. In this case, not too bad written just like that. Don't forget that we're going to take e to the x squared. E to the x squared is the same thing as e to the 2x. Nice. Next up, cosine times tangent. There's actually two ways to do this. Let's do the naive way. Cosine times tangent is a product. We'll do the product rule. So we get the derivative of cosine is negative sine. Leave the tangent alone, plus leave the cosine alone, running out of room here, times secant squared is the derivative of tangent. Great. There was an easier way to do this, of course, which is that you might realize that cosine times tangent is equal to cosine times sine over cosine. Those cosines cross, and this is just sine. So really this derivative is equal to cosine of x, and the only way you're going to see that is if you take the time to simplify this using quite a bit of work. Mainly the Pythagorean identity will get you there. Okay. Hopefully you had some luck with that. These next two are not really calculus questions. It turns out the section coming up involves you to be comfortable with compositions, and both of these are compositions, both this one and this one. So we are looking for an inner function and an outer function in both cases. The inner function, or rather the outer function, is sine. So we're going to get a sine for f. The inner function is that square root. So if we compose sine of x with square root of x, this is exactly what we get, sine of square root of x. Not sure if this next one is as obvious or not. 1 over x squared plus 3. The inner function maybe is easier to see. The inner function is this x squared plus 3. But what have we done to that inner function? We took it to the negative 1, or another way of thinking about this is 1 over x. We plugged it into 1 over x. By the way, that is equal to x to the negative 1. Okay, so your ability to recognize a composition is going to be necessary for you to know when you should use the chain rule, which we'll learn real quick here. All right, see you again soon.